other candidates. Thanks, Rich and Mary. One more round of applause for them, please. So I do have signs over there. They're in the fan box. I guess I forgot to display them a little more attractively, but please, if you want a sign, please take one. So I will start by saying I appreciate Sam Hazelton's support for all of the policies I've been advocating for the past 4 years.
And he came to his first board meeting the other day.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
Pat, let's try to keep the heckling to a minimum for the next 2 minutes. So I would probably appreciate Sam's support if it had come sooner than 3 months before an election. It probably would have been a little more helpful to try to get any of these policies put into place.
Louder.
Jerry, why don't you have a seat right here? Just sit on the ground.
I couldn't sit.
What did I say about heckling?
Can't get her up from there, you know.
Okay, well this is the actual speech. So I'll try and shout. It's hard. You can't please everyone, right? Some people think I'm being too loud. David, I drove David away already. He's out of here. I've alienated him completely. Jerry can't hear. It's not going good. We all know that Wilmington has the potential to grow into something even better than it is today. But it is fair for us to ask if our current path is the way to that goal. The formerly peaceful and secluded town beach is now hemmed in and loomed over by cookie-cutter condos, which many in the town did not want and vocally opposed. Those meetings were well attended. It was not effective. The planning boards, the zoning boards, the people who approve these things, they're appointed by the town boards. Up the street, where Fran Better's shop used to be, 21,000 square foot storage unit facility. Which is better? Which is better for you? Which is better for Wilmington? In 1975, the authors of Wilmington's comprehensive plan understood something that our leaders seem to have lost at some point in the past 50 years. The authors of our comprehensive plan wrote, "Natural resource protection and economic development must be identified as mutually supportive objectives." And that's the truth. And I don't know where we lost that along the way. But people don't come to Wilmington to be in Clifton Park. And of course, the crown jewel. What was once a charming campground, now a trailer park. So we've finally accomplished our greatest goal as a town. Good job. Heck of a job. They granted variances for the townhouses and the trailers. They didn't require environmental impact or visual impact studies for the storage units. They bent and twisted the English language to define the storage units as a retail use so they could rubber stamp them, push them through with minimal fuss and controversy. Well, it's retail if the planning board says it's retail. And please, let's save the heckling till the end. Okay. I'll be glad to answer everyone's questions. Thanks. Again, on election day, please remember all of these projects, they were approved by boards that were appointed by your elected town boards. Do you want to vote for another 4 years of clear cutting, blight, tax increases, and rubber stamps? If our planning and zoning boards are going to function merely as rubber stamps, what's the point of having them? You know, we hear it's un-American, it tramples on individual property rights to have zoning, to have a zoning code. And the counterpoint to that is we've had zoning in Wilmington for 50 years, We have a 170-page zoning code. Every page tells people what they can and can't do with their property. Zoning, the landmark case is Ambler Realty, Village of Euclid versus Ambler Realty. 1926 case, the Supreme Court upheld the legality of a municipal zoning ordinance. I mean, so the people who say that zoning is un-American should have taken up with the Supreme Court in 1926. Towns can zone to promote health, safety, well-being. Well-being can be physical, it can be safety, it can be the existing character of the community, natural, scenic, aesthetic resources. In the past 5 years, on every major town in Wilmington, we've seen what they call growth and development. And they chant with mind-numbing repetition that this growth and development broadens the tax base. Randy, have your taxes gone down?
Just the opposite, I would have to say.
That's funny. Isn't that funny?
No,
I've never seen the tax base get so broad in my entire life. Not so quick. So I think we have to question a lot of these things that we're told over and over and over again. We used to have a pretty tight zoning code. It was passed in '88. It was all slanted towards understanding that natural resource protection and economic development, they're mutually supporting and reinforcing goals. And then in 2013, that tighter zoning code was chucked in the trash, and we adopted a zoning code that is meant to do what has been done. That is meant that what is happening is what was intended to happen. The entire code is slanted towards forcing the boards to say yes. It really loosened everything up. And if we win, we will go through the 1988 code line by line and see what should be brought back. And that's what I've been trying to do for the past several years. But I do appreciate Sam's support. So please remember that the Huntington, Peck, and Wildlife Refuge properties, these are landmark properties in town, they're all now on the market. Do you want to see them clear cut too? As Randy mentioned, it's no secret. We've been pushing for very simple, straightforward zoning amendments. They've worked for other towns. Nothing is outlandish. I've been pushing for an amendment that is just bringing back a few sentences from the '88 code. I've been pushing for an amendment that is the language from the old North Elba code that allowed the town to turn down Walmart's application. I've been pushing the North Elba code language for 4 years. I've been pushing the '88 language for 2 years. They're moving just as fast as molasses on Christmas Eve, And with I wouldn't bet that we're going to see them enacted before the end of the calendar year. But they want to give the illusion of progress, and yet it's been 4 years. So I see that my current opponent, like my previous opponent, is solemnly promising to listen and build consensus and repair division in the community. What he means is that, much like my previous opponent, he started thinking about these issues about 5 minutes after he decided he should be mayor. As Laura says, I have been listening. We have been sending out surveys. The things they say they want to do, we have been doing. So in 70 days, 10 weeks, you can vote for leaders who want to protect Wilmington's natural, wholesome, and authentic appeal. This will benefit those who appreciate Wilmington as it currently is. Also, we must remember the more generic a place becomes, the less attractive it is as a vacation destination. Wilmington should not grant every variance, rubber stamp every application, and always, 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 always say yes. Wilmington should have the self-confidence and the self-respect to be a lot more selective. You can vote for those whose plans, goals, interests, and agendas will give you summer soundtracks of chainsaws, wood chippers, bulldozers, and backhoes. You can vote for those who, in their haste to profit from something, will destroy it. Don't listen to their words. They'll give you a lot of really nice words. They'll give you a lot of really soothing words. They'll sing you a lullaby. They'll tell you how much they want to unify the community. They tell you they really care. That's what they did 2 years ago, too. So I wrote this speech on Monday, and Sam's campaign statements came out on Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's finally official. I am psychic. Laura loves to fact check. I can share the Google Doc with her. She can fact check. She can see I wrote this on Monday. But don't listen to their words. Look at their actions. What have they given you so far? Look at the people behind them. What have the people behind them given you so far? Most of the candidates running are nice people. They are. Lou's a nice guy. I like Sam personally. I don't really know him. From what little I know of him, I do like him. Most of them are nice people, and I don't have anything against them personally. But who's behind them?
I just want to say I like the sounds of bulldozers, backhoes.
Yes, yes, yes. Yep.
In the appropriate
I
areas.
disagree with that, Tim.
Heckling. Relentless heckling. I invite everyone to a party and I just get relentlessly heckled. You can vote for people who, when they think about the future of Wilmington, think about a place people visit to get away, not to just come to Clifton Park. You can elect people, Randy, Hannah, and I, who, when they think about the future of Wilmington, we envision a town that's growing slowly, a prosperous town growing patiently. We do want the town to be prosperous. As Rich kind of suggested, there are so many myths, and it's just relentless, you know, anti-business. Well, in fact, I own businesses, you know. Want to ban campfires, want to ban short-term rentals, alcoholic, drug addict. It's just relentless over and over again. I mean, Laura and Randy and I work all the time. Have you ever seen me intoxicated, you know, in the past 3 years, in the past 4.5 years? But so, and next week it'll just be something else. And I can't wait to find out what the next thing is. It's truly a joy. There are not a lot of Wilmingtons left in the world. For some, Wilmington is a hometown. For others, it's a choice. And there are some for whom Wilmington is an ideal. It's time to start catering to those who move to Wilmington because of its natural and authentic appeal. It's time to start listening to those with deep ties to the town who have been ignored by the recent generations of leaders. I say that Wilmington's a treasure, and it's time for us to act like it. Thank you. Thank you. Christina, please, no heckling. Christina, no heckling. No.